Welcome back for those of you returning, and welcome to actually Aubrey. We're doing our Ready to Love episode, season 5, episode 8. Guys, we're going to welcome in our guest.
Hey,
Alex, did
hey.
you leave?
Yep, that's me. That's a nice name, isn't it?
Okay, hold on. We've also got Jeremy Speaks today, too, special guest.
Hey everybody.
What are you trying to sound
I think
sexy for? You trying to sound sexy? Hello, everybody.
Oh my god. Why you
don't
always
be
gotta
hating because Jeremy got that deep voice. Don't be hating now.
Hey, don't be trying to get me turned on. Don't try to turn me on, Jeremy, because it ain't gonna work.
wait, hold up.
Wait.
I wasn't ready.
What did you guys think of this week's episode? I thought it was interesting. What did you think, Jeremy?
I thought that it was I thought it was pretty pointless, to be honest. I felt like they could have kept it.
Yeah, did you feel like it was a little bit of a filler? Is that what you're saying?
Not saying it was filler, but I'm saying if two of the ladies were leaving and barely two of the women were, like, participating in the events that were happening, what was the point,
Yeah, it's clear that obviously, Ace checked out and Tina was
Whoa,
emotionally.
guys, let's just get to it when we get to it, okay?
You're asking questions. We're going to get to it, but he's mentioning
we kind of take
that
it in a
people
little
checked
bit more
out.
order. Yeah, okay.
If you're gonna ask questions, then if you're gonna ask questions, we're gonna answer the question.
I'm not gonna ask no questions. All right. So guys, we pick up this episode with the gentleman in the gentleman's lounge, and Tommy lets them know, hey, this week we want the women to meet your homies. So you meet your homies, and then your homies can tell you whether or not which lady is the right lady for you. Did any of you guys catch that some of the men in the gentleman's lounge were busy talking about how ratchet some of their friends were?
Yeah, like I can relate. I have my friends are a pack of rats themselves.
Is that right?
Yeah, they definitely are.
I was just listening. I was thinking, well, wait a minute. What did you think of that, Alex? I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. If your friends are ratchet, don't they say birds of a feather?
Well, you knew Paul wouldn't come with a guy with a normal name. At their age, they still with the Chill Bill and POJ and all that kind of stuff. So you knew Paul would come with something crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is kind of funny. Did you almost expect his friends to have his pants sagging or something? Is that what you're saying?
Pants sagging, a bunch of jewelry on, speaking in street dialect, that kind of stuff I expected.
Wait,
So.
and you said you thought that's what Paul's friend was gonna be like?
Yeah, somebody named Chill Bill.
I don't know. I thought he was gonna be like a skinny dude with a 5 o'clock shadow that looked like he smoked a lot of Newports. That's what I promise. That's what I thought.
Well, wait a minute. Why the Newports?
I don't know. Like,
well, Newport's a ghetto. That's why.
Paul really gives me like Newports,
and there goes that Newport contract I was working on sponsoring us.
Yeah. Yeah, Newport's no English. Go get them sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and old English. That also was what I was getting from. Like, I thought I was going to be getting from his friend. His friend kind of seemed like, a little plus side dude that's like, from
I think they knew each other from way back, like maybe grade school. I think they said grade school.
Y'all, yeah, and that was a weird thing to me. I was like, why in grade school are y'all talking about gigolos and sleeping around with people and stuff like that? I was like, that's not really elementary school conversations. I can't stand it when kids don't maintain their innocence. I really dislike that. I was like, you shouldn't have been talking about. You could have kept that to yourself. Like, you shouldn't be telling nobody you was talking about this. And that's how young you were. You didn't even know gigolo started with a G and not a J.
He's listening for the phonetic sound. He doesn't realize it's a French word.
Yes, and then I was like, your friend is still calling you PLJ. Like, and ain't you like 52 now? Like, what's going on?
Now you know
No.
they got Paul at what 45, 48. You know they're not telling his real age. But so we're gonna move forward. What did you guys think about the date with Chill where the girls get to meet Chill Bill, Paul's friend? What did you think about that? Like, Dakia comes in first and she's looking great in that really sexy pink dress, I thought anyway. And then she looks up and oh, lo and behold, here comes Carmen.
No,
And
not
her
here come
contacts.
Carmen. Here come the blue contacts again. Here they come.
Mhm.
Baby Jesus.
Yeah, blue baby Jesus was
Here
back.
come baby Jesus.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, I was,
I'm laughing because Monique King says that Paul and his friends said they've known each other since the 1940s.
yeah, like
You're
I
not
could
that
have
old.
like they was fighting over Harriet Tubman too, like Rosa Parks like they actually gave Rosa Parks that seat and say like, here sis, you can sit here, I'll stand up. And then a white man came and tried to take the seat, and that's when Rosa Parks was like, this nigga ain't giving me the seats for no reason, like it was like that, very much so.
You know what's funny though, because
You know what? Wait a minute. I think I gotta say something. So hey to our viewers and all the people in the chat. I just gotta say something. I think Kamisha, I think that Newports and some of those menthol cigarettes, because I grew up here in Michigan, but I spent all my summers in Texas growing up, right? And my cousin always smoked menthol cigarettes. I think that's kind of maybe, and I don't know, but I think that might be a thing for the South. Because a lot of my friends that are from the South, they
no,
smoke
it's
like
not.
menthol. It's not. I don't know. I'm just saying. That's why I say I think. Because
No,
I
we
don't
did.
smoke. So I don't know.
They did it in Brooklyn, New York, Newports and Old English. That was it.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's not a Southern thing. Oh, okay.
No.
So I've been corrected. I stand corrected.
Particularly, and let me go a little deeper, particularly when you went to the store for a Lucy. If you know what a Lucy is,
Oh yeah,
the
we have those here in Michigan, here in Detroit. Yeah,
the
yeah,
Lu-
yeah.
the
I was
Lucy
getting
was
that.
always a Newport. Always.
It's
Wait,
always a
wait, so
Newport.
like the Lucy is the single cigarette, right?
Yeah, the single
Yeah.
cigarette.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
all right, got it. Look at me.
Right. Yeah. Look at you learning street culture.
Wait, and then like street people from New York also wear like Timberlands in the summertime.
Oh
Do
yeah.
they? Do they really?
Mhm.
Alex, is that true?
With the laces undone.
The yeah, I
Street,
noticed that lace is undone thing. That's weird to me.
yeah,
Okay, but guys, getting back to the show. So, what did you think of the interaction or the lack of interaction between Carmen and Dakia? What's really going on there between those two women? What do you think?
Well, I think for me, the editors really didn't show enough of the interaction at the dates. They kind of said they cut these dates kind of short for timing purposes or whatever.
mhm.
They kind of did. So we didn't see enough of interaction with the friends asking questions, getting the responses that they needed to get. We just didn't see enough of that on any of these dates. It's like they cut the
Yeah.
date short for some reason. So yeah.
Okay, probably like you said for editing and for time purposes. Was that the way you felt also, Jeremy?
I mean, yeah, I felt like you really didn't get a chance to really know what was said. It was like the women sat down and it was like, "Hey, you guys, I'm sorry, I gotta go." So, production said I can't. Production ain't pay for my bills, so it was a little
You
odd
said
for me.
you said they came, they modeled their outfits, and then they said, "I gotta go."
Yes,
But I'm
and,
I'm gonna tell you this. Carmen may have come with them baby blues, but she get a pass this week because in them jeans, her booty was banging in them jeans.
Excuse
Oh my
me,
god!
oh
PG,
Oh
my
my
god,
god!
like Carmen came in
Oh
there
my
looking like
god!
sir. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
lordy!
oh my
Calm
god,
down.
like Carmen
You
came
say
in there
one that
Lordy.
like you say one that like Zadia last season, right?
I like big
Yeah.
booty. What you want me to do? I like big butts, and I can't not lie.
even if they insecure.
Like I said, hey, you know what, Jeremy? Do you get the feeling that Alex would probably be friends with Paul with POJ?
Yep, all smoking. What you call smoking Lucy's?
Oh my god!
and drinking only.
You know,
Oh my goodness! I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Okay. But you guys didn't answer that. Okay, I'm gonna speak to the look. Okay, Jeremy, what do you think? What do you think is really the beef? So like when both the ladies had left and it was just Paul and Chill Bill, Chill Bill basically said, well, these two women are a lot alike, but yet they're different. What do you think about that observation that he made?
I don't know how the hell he thought they were a lot alike, you know. I mean, you could just tell from like their entrances when they came in. You know, Dakia came in very I just love the way Dakia like, you know, carries herself. She is just
I
such a
do too.
lady.
I do
Yes, I
too.
just
I
love it.
love
Like
it.
I wish I always feel that people that carry themselves so well never want kids or never get the chance to have kids to spread that knowledge in that onto the
Mm,
next generation. I was like, I would
mm.
love to see what her child would like, what type of legacy she'd carry when her mom has accomplished so much. But that's besides the
Oh
point. But
wow. Yeah,
but
that's a deep thought. I like that. I like that.
but then you know, she came in with that energy, was respectful, hugged everybody, and then
Hmm.
Carmen came in like the Wicked Witch of Potomac with the fedora and like you know the twilight blue
And don't
contact.
forget the G's. Don't forget the G's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't forget
and
those.
like
Don't forget
in
them.
like the royal blue jean with the red mix. She was looking like a 1985 Coca-Cola bottle or Pepsi bottle.
That's
You know,
probably
it
why I
just
like her.
and
But
like
she's
I just
thick. I'm not gonna take anything away from Carmen. I feel like this is a woman. She, a heterosexual woman. She's stacked. She's got the curvaceous body for men that like that. That if that's your thing and the big booty, whatever. She's got all of that. She's got all of that.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know.
but if your body banging, but your spirit is bad built, I mean, like, it's just an odd
Yeah.
combination to me. Like, I just don't like it. And I don't understand why she decided to choose Dakia to compete with in this show. Like, it's like she
She needs
chose
somebody
her
to
to like.
compete with, Jeremy. She
I,
needs
I
somebody to
I
compete
think
with.
I think I know why, guys. Okay, here's a woman's take on this. I think I know why. This is she says now. I think it's because honestly speaking, I've been considering that and rolling that around in my head. But Chill Bill was onto something when he said these women are alike. Now you guys don't see it, and I understand why people don't see it. But both of those women are very competitive. Both of them are very successful. Not saying that the other women aren't, but Dakia is successful and classy, and she keeps herself, she holds herself up in a way that Carmen wants to tear her down. That's the way I feel about it. So they
Mhm.
are alike in a lot of ways, but where, like you said, to what you said, Jeremy, where they differ is their spirit. Where they differ is how they handle things. Even if I feel like that if Dakia, even if she doesn't like someone, she's not going to be so open about it. She's not going to wave it in their face. And then I got to say
Right.
something else too. This goes back to the last couple of weeks with this show. I feel like the women, particularly Joy and Carmen, have been very disrespectful to Kia because of the whole situation with Eric. That's another reason why they don't like her.
Well, I think you know all of that boils down to Dakia possibly wanting to throw that thing back on Clifton. I think that's where it all boils down to. But we'll get on
Oh
we'll
yeah,
get
oh yeah,
into that
oh
later
yeah.
on.
Yep. That's a part of it too. You're right. You're right. You are right.
Hmm.
You are absolutely right. Yeah, but I do feel like that Eric debacle, scenario, however you want to call it. And we were not going to discuss that because we did that last week. But I do feel like that plays a part in it too.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
really, really do. Right.
But
So, but okay, moving forward, what did you guys think? So now we bring in Tory. We've got Tory on his date. We meet his friend Ashley, who likes to be called Ash because it's more manly. Manly, yes, I like it too. If you guys remember that commercial, you probably don't, Jeremy. But we see that it was supposed to be Ace and then Sabrina, but for some reason or another, Ace doesn't show up. And we'll get to that later
mhm.
on too. But so Sabrina makes it there. What did you guys think about Sabrina showing in that date?
Well,
Um,
Tory's struggling. He's struggling to find a connection. I mean, I'm glad Sabrina showed up, but at this point, she just basically appeasing him. She's not really interested in him at all. So he's failing to find a connection at this point. I think he's grasping at straws at this point.
mhm.
So my first thought was poor Tory. He just hanging on. He's still there, but he don't have a genuine connection, in my opinion. And he put too much stock in Sabrina, And once she sort of, I guess he considered it turning on him or whatever,
Right.
he never recovered from that. He still hasn't recovered from that.
I mean,
No, he really
y'all.
hasn't.
Yeah, he hasn't. Imma be real with y'all. I do not like Sabrina. I really don't, and Imma tell you why. Like, I feel
I was
like
just about to ask. Thank you.
and
Go
I was
ahead.
like, Imma tell you why. I really feel like Sabrina is not only I feel like she's repeating, like, the same behavior that got her to where she is now, divorced, on a dating show, looking for love, you know? But, like she just has terrible choice, and she likes to play these games and play the field. Out of all of those men that she has, started juggling like this was the circus, Tori was the actual one that she really could have had something serious with, that really could have worked
Yes.
out, like who really would have accepted her for herself. It wasn't even the fact that
Yes.
it was multiple guys that she was talking to. It was the fact that just yesterday you told me I'm your top, but then you kissed somebody else in the mouth today. Like, it's only been 12 hours,
Mm.
because we left
Right.
late that night. So how do we get here? And like that type of stuff confuses you. But like I feel that what she did to on this date was manipulative. I don't think that she's a genuine person. I don't think that she's honest. I think that Tori has officially kind of checked out and he doesn't trust her. But I feel like she wants him to be in this little ring of men that she's juggling. She wants that. That's why she got him that gift. And I was like, it's so
Hmm.
funny that you got this man a gift when you haven't even gotten a gift for the person that you said is your top choice. Like, it's all
Oh
manipulation.
wow! I didn't
Like,
even
it's
expect
like
that.
it's all
It's
manipulation. and
manipulation on
and
her end. Yeah.
yeah, and the fact that she was kind of offended by him calling Ace, or mentioning
Yeah, I was
Ace.
just about to ask, what did you guys
Yeah.
think about the fact on the date? So they're in the middle of the date, which I thought this was kind of dumb of his friend. This was very not like just kind of a guy thing, basically not being socially attuned to the fact that he didn't need to mention that, even though he knew that there was supposed to be a second woman there. I mean, since she wasn't there, what was the point of worrying about it? But then, you see Tory, he picks up his cell phone and he's on the cell phone trying to call Ace. And I'm like, wait a minute, dude, you already got somebody there. What's up with that?
I mean, he
Well,
could have been. Okay, go ahead.
look, Jeremy, Aubrey. In my opinion, since Sabrina initially hurt Tori, he has been on this quest to kind of pull something out of her in desperation. The fake kiss with Precious, even though
And Kirby.
maybe the producers may have staged it, or maybe they thought it out ahead of time or whatever. But the fake kiss with Precious, trying to call Ace in front of her, he's trying to
I think
pull
that
something
was
out of her.
genuine though. I
But
felt like that was
he's trying to
genuine
see if
because he
he's
was
trying to
worried
see
that
if she
something
still
happened to
cares.
her.
He's
Yeah,
trying to
like
see if he's trying to see if Sabrina
Oh,
still
you think he was
cares.
fishing. You think it was
no,
fishing.
I think that's I think
Hold
that's
tight.
unfair.
Hold tight, Jeremy. Just 1 second, guys.
Are we back?
Okay.
All right, go
But
ahead, Jeremy.
but like I was saying, I think that's really unfair to the other women to just say that Tori was just doing everything in this competition to try to spite Sabrina. I don't think that's the case. We don't know why he kissed Precious. I felt that he possibly could have kissed Precious because he wanted to know if there was like any type of spark or attraction
That's what
there.
I thought too. You
That's
guys
like
are
I was
putting
like
a
I was
lot. Alex, you're putting. I shouldn't say you guys because that's just Alex. Alex,
I
you're
was
putting a lot on Tori. I don't agree with you on that. I don't feel like he. I agree with Jeremy. I think that he kissed Precious to see if there was something there.
yeah, and
I
he didn't
mean,
feel
not all
yeah,
the
he
time
didn't
is
feel
it
it.
That was
obvious if
that
you
was
have
Plan
chemistry with
B.
somebody. Well, it doesn't matter if it's plan B or C. If it's the plan that works, who knows if when he kissed her, it might have became plan A. We've all
I'm
had somebody before the person that we're with today or that we'll be with tomorrow. We've all had somebody before. So if that's the
exactly.
case, that makes everybody a plan B.
Exactly. And
Mm.
look at Sabrina. She got a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all in the competition. So why can't he? Why can't he try to build something with somebody else?
Well,
That's
and
why I
that,
don't like.
Exactly.
That's why I
Y'all leave
don't
my
like
Tory alone. Leave my
like
Tory alone.
in my opinion, I feel like outside of the kidney talk and him trying to
Yeah.
rupture people's inside organs
He
and
had
things
some
of that
awkward
nature.
moments.
Like
Yeah.
Tory seems like he's a really really nice guy, and he really did seem to be the right fit for Sabrina, but he just wasn't with all of that plan that she was doing. And now look how this is about to turn on Sabrina, because now you're about to go to a getaway trip with three guys who you've been entertaining. How is that going to work?
Ooh, it's gonna be good next Friday. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good,
Like she
Jeremy.
doesn't, and that's what I'm talking about. Like it doesn't work. Like, yeah, you're supposed to play your options and stuff like that, but you can't be this far into the competition still juggling three different men. And on top of that, the other two men you have no personality chemistry with. And now that we see that you and Donovan aren't really a great match either, but you already messed it up with Tory, who seemed to be everything that you were looking for. I was like, he's the fun type. He seems like a cool guy. He seems like all the things that you said you were asking for, but you're looking at Demetrius out of all people. And
And
you
that's
guys
and
had
that's why it's starting to backfire on her already, even before this retreat next week starts, because Demetrius in his date, we'll get to it. He wants a
Yeah, we're
submissive
gonna get.
woman, and she's not submissive
Well,
according to
you
her.
know what?
So
You segued right into the next scene. So let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So now we're with Demetrius. He's got his friend who I'm not gonna say socially awkward doesn't even cover all the things, but I mean he's different. He's different. And again, I kind of have to, if I'm a woman on these days, guys, I kind of have to wonder, like, if your friend, your best friend, supposedly your best friend, is display certain characteristics, I kind of have to wonder how close to your friend are you aligned, like the whole thing of birds of a feather. And so I'm also beginning to see that on this date that Demetrius is really an introvert. Everybody wanted to call him an alpha male, and I told you a long time ago, Alex, that man is not an alpha male, and we see that on this date. Now you guys go ahead.
well, no, I just
oh
want to say that she had Tory interested in her, as Jeremy keeps saying, and Tory probably would have been the best fit for her, but right in Tory's face, she wanted to chase Demetrius, right? She
Okay,
wanted to
so we're
chase him. Okay.
okay,
So
right. So
so
we're on the
now we're
date.
on this date. It's don't rush me
Mhm.
along. Okay.
y'all
so
about the same.
so
Y'all on the same age length.
so
I can't talk to her
so
like that.
yeah. So
I don't
now
have
we're on
guts.
this date.
uh,
Yeah,
uh,
we on the date
Uh-uh.
now, and
okay.
his friend says he likes submissive women. And right away she's up, time out. Oh, wait a minute now. Where'd this come from? So her plans are starting to backfire. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So that's the way I look at it.
I had
What did that have to do with the
like
submissive part? The question that
yeah.
the friend posed.
Because
Let's
because
talk
she's not
about that.
submissive. She's not submissive. She's not going to be submissive. That's what Demetrius likes.
Mhm.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, and I feel
Oh,
like
okay.
Demetrius definitely does give me an alpha male. Like you can definitely
Really?
yeah, you can be an introvert and be an alpha male. You may not be that talkative or anything else like that, but when you get in your household and when you're in a relationship and you have all of these thoughts and opinions, you can definitely still display alpha male, things when you're with somebody in a relationship. And it's so sad to see this because it's almost like seeing like a plane starting to fall from the sky, because it seems that now Sabrina is really starting to see that she messed up, that maybe she didn't make the right decision, because now
Cause yeah, her face went like she said submissive. What?
yeah.
Who? What?
And then mind you, this is the man that she says was her top choice. And submission and things like that, you guys haven't talked about that type of stuff, what you guys expect out of a relationship. Like how deep are these connections that Sabrina says that she has? Like she doesn't open up, she doesn't tell anybody about her life.
You
And
don't
from
know
what it
anything
seems,
about her.
yeah, it doesn't even seem like that her and these people are having any type of genuine conversation. It did seem that her and Tori at one point had some type of deep conversation to develop those feelings that they did. But when it comes to everybody else, is nothing of depth. Because how didn't you know that this man, he already displayed it once before on the date when he said that he would disregard what you say and want to see what you do afterwards. And now you're surprised that he
Mm,
says that he needs somebody that's submissive. Like, why haven't y'all gotten on this anyway? And
right.
like,
And go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so I was like, Sabrina, I don't know why Sabrina here. Maybe she just want to be here so she doesn't seem like, like a Jezebel, but I don't know.
I
But I
want
don't
to. I
think
want
she
to read.
came here for love.
I want to go into the comment section, okay, in the chat section and see what they're saying. Kirby says we need to stop overusing the word alpha male because not everyone will get an alpha male. Exactly, Kirby. And I'm trying to tell Alex that not every male, just because he's military, is an alpha male. I'm not buying it. I know plenty of military folks. My dad was a military man. My daughter's a military woman, a former military woman. I don't buy it. A
I
man,
know.
first of all, has to have a vision before he becomes an alpha male. There's not all these guys walking around out here because I see where people can see it where he has that military bearing, but no, the rest of it,
Wait,
no, he's not an alpha male.
wait, I take that back. I think I was trying to use them as synonyms. I meant dominant. I didn't mean alpha male. Like I
You
know
know what?
those
Yeah,
people.
now you can say that because if he wants her to be submissive, I definitely would agree with you, Jeremy, that he's
Yeah, like that's what
dominant.
I meant.
But
Yeah, I
and
don't think
maybe
I don't
even
I don't look at him as alpha
domineering,
male.
but definitely I do not see the traits of an alpha male. But we'll
Yeah,
come
I
back
like
to that. We're
I
gonna
like
do
I
some
agree.
research. I'm gonna do some research and be ready for us next Saturday when we come back. We're gonna come back a little bit
Mhm.
earlier, guys, at 6 o'clock. I'm gonna do some and I'm gonna have it ready for us. Okay.
But
So
I
okay
do
there,
like
Miss
what
Creative.
I do like what Sabrina wore on that date. She looked very attractive in the outfit she wore. I
Oh
liked it.
yeah, I thought that was cute too. Oh yeah, yeah, she definitely did. She definitely did. You definitely got an eye for the ladies there, man. You know, I don't know. You must be single or something over there. Anyway, anyway, moving on along. So
I
guys,
like the ladies. I like the
we're
ladies.
we're up to Clifton now. We're up to Clifton and his date,
Mm.
and we know that he's crazy about Joy, but he also has invited Dakia, and Dakia comes in and she's looking quite lovely with her lady parts drink that she has in the shell, and
Right.
Clifton gives both the ladies a warm greeting. So what did you guys make of that? What did you make of that date? Who came out on top with that between the two ladies?
Oh my goodness. Jeremy, you can take this one first.
Calm
Okay.
down, calm down. I think I
Um,
understand what I said right there.
so
Hey, this is my Geo. Hey, Geo. Guys, go ahead. I'm sorry.
okay, no problem. I thought that, well, both of them made, good representations on themselves. I
They
just
did.
like, can I just say one thing? I know it's petty, but like, when are we gonna talk about the fact that Joy don't know how to dress? Like, Joy be coming on the scene just dressed any
That's
type
what
of
we
way.
talking about there. What is it?
And
What
like,
I tell you what. What was it? Let's be specific. What was it that you did not like about her
It's
outfit
like it's
on
like
this date?
it's it's like, it was actually when she walked away. She had like the black mesh top, and then it got like into like the pleather patent pants. And then as she was walking out, you look down and you see like the multicolored Nike high tops. I was like, not the
Hmm.
kicks. I was like, not. I was
You
like,
think maybe
not the.
she had somewhere she was going that required her to have the gym shoes on or the kicks as you call
I
them?
was
I
like,
mean,
you
what?
couldn't. I was like, you couldn't put the shoes in the car and then put the heels on. I was like, she just be
Yeah,
looking like
perhaps.
she dressed like she just tired of being there. Like she dressed like she just
Uh,
let
they
roll
do
out of
have long.
bed.
They do say, well, you know what? We see like 5 minutes of their days, but they say that these dates and when they're filming, it's like a 14-hour day. So I don't know. You got books with Kimberly laughing anyway, though.
No, but to the actual conversation outside of her
Yeah.
tacky
What did you
fashions.
think? What did you think of the
I
actual
thought like
interaction on the date?
I thought it was quite interesting that she wanted Dakia to see her and Clifton's, relationship in front of her. I was like, why does she need to see that? I was like, and I really don't think
Right.
she'll care. I was like, she is really not intimidated by like, see, I'm starting to see why her and
Mhm.
Carmen are like cool because
That's what I
they
couldn't
want the.
understand at first, but I'm beginning to see that there's a different
Yeah,
side to
like I was like,
to
y'all want
to.
to intimidate this lady and she don't care. And then she
Mhm.
even
And they
stated it. She was
ganging
like,
up on
yeah.
her. I feel like.
And she was like, yeah, it really doesn't seem that that the kid is intimidated. I was like, it really does. She really not. At the end of the day, she's still gonna let Clifton rub her leg even though you there. And then she got up and started to feed him, and she was like, "You better feed him, girl." I was like, "Stop, you mad? You mad?" I was like, "You're
She said,
salty."
yeah. She said, oh yeah, feed him because he's a big guy. He needs to eat. I I was like, yeah, you don't like that, Joy.
I was like,
But
yep, salty scratch the neck.
but now Ellen V in the chat says, she says, moving on, she says Joy's Joy's attire and feels bad haircut. So we're gonna move
Feels
right on into
haircut.
Phil. We're gonna move right on into Phil because Phil's there. We see Phil making his way, and I'm like, who is Phil here for? But wouldn't you know, Donovan and Phil are friends for over 12 years, they say, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
what did you guys make of that date? What did you make of the date? So once again, like you said, we see Sabrina and we see Tina. But Tina seems to be kind of checked out at this point. What's going on?
Well, for me, it was good to see Phil. I enjoyed Phil from last season, despite the Shiloh nonsense. So it was good to see him walk in and kind of sit down with Donovan and see that they got a camaraderie there. Tina just seemed like she was checked out, tired. Tina kind of put me in the mind of how Keena was in episode 1. She was just tired. I don't know if it was a long day. She had a headadeche. She was frustrated, aggravated
I
because
seemed like it was a little bit more to it than that. But go ahead, I'm listening.
because she even said in her sidebar, trying to date 4 or 5 people is bananas, so
Yeah,
to her it's exhausting. And of course
yeah.
Sabrina's there trying to see if she got connection with a 5th guy or whatever, so she just all over the place at this point. But yeah, I think other than that, Sabrina probably dominated the date a little bit because Tina kind of checked out, and she could care less, really.
Yeah.
Actually, I think she just could care less.
Like Tina,
Wow.
yeah, Tina was very disappointing this episode.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
I just
go
got to
ahead.
ask you this real quick. I'm sorry, but I got to ask you, Jeremy. Do you feel like it may have had something to do with last week's date where her old ex threw her under the bus? Because I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it could be. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, I really do think that that Tina is a whole different, like, I think that she hiding her actual identity. I think that now that she found out the IRS and the cartel is on her track, she gotta leave the show. So she taking off her witness protection wigs, her contacts, and letting us know who the real Tina is.
I was just about to ask you, is she in the witness protection program?
Yeah, like, but like, nah, seriously, not seriously. This is what I think, and I know this might come across as maybe a little bit biased, but I feel that she's coming from a place like, I have a 2-year-old. I have work. This is stressful. I gotta go from work, take care of these bad kids all by myself. I'm a single mother. And then I'm
And
coming onto this
2-year-olds can
show.
be a handful.
And I'm coming onto this show, and my man ain't even here. I can't find no sugar daddy. I can't find nobody to pay all my bills, take care of my kid while I go to the club.
She wasn't able to get ball.
Like she said, and she was over. She was like, "This is just more stressful than what it is." Like then she gonna say, just dating 5 people is just horrid. It really is. It really weighs down on you. I was like, but haven't you seen the show, Tina? Yeah, I was like, you had
I
to
don't think
sign.
any of these people seen the show because wait a minute, they didn't even recognize Phil. So you mean to tell me Phil was just on just a few months ago? Like you mean to tell me if you don't recognize Phil, you don't watch Ready to Love? If you don't know who Phil is, you don't watch Ready to Love.
I think they had to. I think just for TV show purposes and not breaking the fourth wall, I think they had to act like they didn't know who Phil was.
Okay.
I think they probably knew who he was.
Oh.
And on top of that,
I got the impression that one of those ladies didn't know. But you're right though. You're right. I do get what you're saying. They do have to pretend like they don't know. Okay, I got you.
Wait,
and on top of that, Tina is clearly, since she first arrived, looking for a sugar daddy. That is clear.
Oh, you know what? Don't say that. Don't say that. What you say? But listen, Miss Creative says it's a reality show and it's for entertainment. These people are paid actors. I don't know about that.
Well, they do get paid.
They get paid, but I don't think that all of them. And here's the thing: I'm going to agree with you on it partially, Miss Creative. I think that some of them are people that are trying to they're doing some acting or modeling, and they're trying to break into the industry. I do agree with you on that. Some of them, but I don't see that's like 80% or 90% of the cast. I think that might be 15% or 10% or even 20%, but I don't see that being everybody. I really don't.
Yeah.
Do you think, but to that end, do you think that Tina may be somebody that's trying to break in and she's not? I mean, if she were, wouldn't she have stayed on the show all the way till the end? Why
Yeah, like
self-eliminate?
yeah, right, and I'm saying, like last well, I don't know if I said it on my review or on here, but I was
Hmm.
saying, like, since when have all the directors on Hollywood and, the casting directors, like, go on OWN network to look at Ready to Love to try to figure out who they gonna make the next, Denzel Washington, or Angela Bassett? I don't think that's the case. I don't think
Well,
they
you
looking
know
at Tina
what?
was a I don't think they looking at Tina was like, "Oh, she gonna get her Oscar next year." I don't think that that's the case.
Yeah. And you know
Like,
about Angela Bassett. I mean, she's an Ivy League school graduate with a fine arts degree and a master's in
mhm,
fine arts. So everybody ain't just walking around being Angela Bassett or Denzel Washington for that matter. They are highly trained in their craft. They're not people
right.
that just woke up one day and said, well, because I look cute, because I look handsome, because I got blue contact lenses, I think I'm going to be an actor or actress. No. Mm-mm,
And those are
mm-mm.
people that's trying to, get discovered overnight or whatever. They don't respect the art form. I'm in the entertainment business. I make movies, I write scripts, I've done all this stuff. And
That's right.
it's so many people that just they really don't respect the fact that you have to study your craft. This is an
Hmm.
art form, this is a profession. And they just
Correct.
think that being pretty or being cute is all that it takes. And they're sadly mistaken. That's why they're gonna be sitting
Mhm.
home, looking at the actors and actors on TV and in movies from their couch.
Right. Miss Creative is also saying Mike from the first season of Ready to Love is an actor. True. Like I said, I didn't disagree with you. I just said that I don't think that all of them are. A lot of them have very thriving careers in totally different fields. And just because Camille and Cornelius, because some of these people want to leave their professions where they're thriving and they're engineers and professors and whatnot. I just don't see that. But I could be wrong, Miss Creative. I confess I could be wrong, but I just don't think all of them are actors or want to be. But here's the thing: what happens though. I'm going to agree with you on this too. On this other part, I think that people get on this show and you're right. They want to make it to the end because they become obsessed with fame. They become obsessed with their Instagrams blowing up, with their Facebooks blowing up, with maybe I'll be an influencer. And if I get 10,000 and 20,000 and 30,000. So you maybe you're really onto something.
I mean,
Wow.
absolutely. I mean, look what Aisha doing right now. She is blowing up this internet with what she's doing. You know, so she's making her way, and I think people are seeing that and going, "Well, I could do that too. I could make a name for myself." So you
Wow.
use the platform for your best
I'm sorry.
benefit
These comments.
to promote
Mhm.
a business or whatever. You do what you got to
Oh
do. When
yeah,
you
I love
yeah.
that Aisha and Sabrina are really coming up with their YouTube channels, their Instagram. I love it. I love it. I
Wow.
can't wait because I'm getting ready to order coming up soon. I'm getting ready to order some earrings from Sabrina Soul. I love it. I love Sabrina. I
Yeah.
love I love what she's doing. These are really savvy people that have taken their 15 minutes of fame and they said, you know what? I'm going to use it to my advantage. Why not? Why
Yeah,
not?
and, like, who knew that all it took for her to gain her, online, presence on YouTube was getting cheated on by 3 different people, having 2 outside babies on her during a 6-month relationship.
Lord.
That's crazy
I
to
don't
me.
know. I don't know. I don't know about all that. We're gonna find out more apparently next Friday. I'm gonna be the first person lined up to hear more about it because it has been
But
so very fascinating. But guys, I wanna ask this before we move on to the next date. I want to ask this. So what did you guys think? Because I thought there was something that was going on with Donovan and nobody's really talking about it. Did you guys notice anything, or was I the only one that noticed that Donovan during the date with Tina and Sabrina? He seemed like he had his whole demeanor changed too. Was I the only one that noticed that, or did anybody out in the chat notice that?
Yeah, I think that he started to kind of feed off of Tina's energy. Tina just seemed that she was very
Mm,
frustrated, and I think that he was frustrated that she came there with that energy. But he has to be a gentleman, because
hmm.
he's Tina. Because
Absolutely.
you can't be hanging out with Phil and not you know mesmerizing all the
Right.
women. But but like, yeah. Can I also ask you guys a question though?
Yeah.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Like, did you guys feel that all Sabrina was doing was listening to Tina's answers, and then like she was like, "Okay, that sounded trash, but I'm gonna say it, just make it better."
Really?
Mm.
No, I didn't pick up on that. I really didn't.
Mm.
That
Yeah,
you're
like
saying this about you're saying this about Sabrina now, right?
be
That Sab-
like especially when they ask like Tina like
mhm.
is he your top is Donovan your top choice, and I might I add I thought that was quite funny that Phil wanted to ask that question because the way he was ducking and dodging that question during his whole season, I thought he would have got PTSD. I was shocked. But
He couldn't wait to ask that question. Yeah, you're right. When it was who was that? Shiloh was trying to ask him was she in the top. He dodged
right,
that in that kitchen. He was like scrambling. He was looking around. He was playing all kind
right.
of jokes. Oh my goodness,
Right,
that is
Shiloh
funny.
Shiloh chasing them around the bar with an empty wine glass, trying to see where her priorities at.
Mm.
I can't, but
You
like,
crack me up, Jeremy. You crack me up.
but
I,
but
I can't.
thank you.
I can't with you. I can't.
But what I was saying was that when Tina was like, he's up there, he's up there, he's up there, and she just kept on saying that, and everybody was looking at her like, okay, but up where? Is he against somebody? Then Sabrina literally all Sabrina said was like, oh, he leapfrogged over some people.
You
He
know what?
Right.
We're
leapfrogged.
gonna find out. I think Jeremy, you and Alex are onto something. We're gonna find out a whole lot more about Sabrina. Sabrina's gonna be put to the test, I believe, next week at that retreat, that weekend
And, and
retreat.
and 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 is it just me, or did any of you guys hear prior to this episode that Sabrina had been married for 7 years and been single for a year and a half? I don't recall hearing that before this episode.
What do you say to that, Jeremy?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Oh, Sabrina said in this episode that she had been previously married for 7 years and single for a year and a half, and I don't recall her
Right.
ever saying that before.
Right, and on top of that, that somehow gives her the expertise to judge Donovan for being recently divorced and not being single for that long. I was like, sis, pot meet kettle. I was like,
I mean, ghetto.
when are we gonna call out Sabrina? Sabrina is literally just getting away with murder, but nobody like is calling her out on it. I do not see it for Sabrina. I really don't. And next week, when you're talking about them going to the house, I guarantee you she's gonna cut one of them off because she's gonna try to find some minute reason to cut one off.
Well,
And
Tory
then
already
just try
gone.
to, now I think
Tory's
she's gonna
already.
try to I think she's gonna really try to reconnect with Tori. I think she's gonna cut Donovan off.
Wait
If
a
I
minute.
was
Wait. You
if I
think
was
that you
Tory, I
think
wouldn't go for it.
you think Sabrina's gonna try to reconnect with Tori?
Yeah, I mean, Tori's the only
I
one
mean,
that's
maybe
stopping
she
it.
will. Maybe she will because she I don't know. She's just kind of flip flopping all over.
If
That's
I
why I'm
was
just
Tory, I
surprised.
wouldn't fall for it. If
I
I was
mean, yeah,
Tory, I'd be like,
I
no.
don't think
Kimberly in the chat says that Sabrina, she's definitely flip flopping. And
Yeah.
everybody agrees that, especially including Mr. Meter Joe. Hey, Mr. Meter Joe, that Jeremy is hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Wait a minute. What does Ellen V say? Ellen V says, I pictured Shiloh chasing him around the bar when you were talking about that earlier. When she was trying to get him to say, was she his top? Yeah, she was. She was just like basically he was dodging that so creatively. I was like, wow, he was really creative dodging that, But then
I go,
remember when he kissed her just to
yeah.
shut her up? I said, oh
And
my God, that's when you
he was like,
know.
I
That's
got
when
you.
you know. Right. When guys say two things, when men say I got you, and when they just kiss you to shut you up, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah, when they say they
But
got you, they actually dropped you. That's exactly what
right.
that
But
means.
guys, we're gonna move on. Okay, so what did you guys think about the date with P.O., or should I say Paul and Dakia? That was actually their first one-on-one date. What did you guys make of that?
Wow. I think the key is trying to see if Paul has anything substantive to say, and can she dig a little deeper, and she's trying to find something to grasp onto with Paul, to hold on to, because he seems interesting enough, but I don't think she found it. I don't think she can find it. I don't think it's there with Paul. She's looking, she's seeking, she's trying to find it, but it's not there with him. So I think she probably should just maybe basically back off from that. He's trying, because Paul is just searching. Who I have a connection with, so forth. Maybe this one, maybe that one, maybe Carmen, whatever. But it's not with Dakia. I don't see that at all.
Okay. And what about you, Jeremy? What are your thoughts?
I was really happy that we got to see a little bit more of a different side of Paul
I
because
was too.
I felt like he actually let us know more actually about him. He put down like the facade. He showed that he's just a goofy old man, I was like okay with that. I was like he's telling, these corny jokes, Dakia cringing a little bit, but trying to, laugh it off. I was like, this is
Right.
it was like
Exactly.
it was cute. It did, but I was like, how is he still here? Is my question. Like, how did Paul slip through every single crack except the exit door? I was like, how is he?
It's a few of the guys. What about Demetrius? Demetrius, what is he still there for? He has no personality, none at all. None that we see as viewers, anyway. I'll say that. Let me say it that way, okay?
Aubrey, you know that milk dud is your favorite, so stop fronting.
Not my type. Not my type.
You
Not
love
my
that milk
type by a
dud.
long shot. Now Clifton, I'll take one of those, and a Tory, I'll take one of those. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh
Okay,
my
so
goodness.
speaking of Tory, we're gonna move right into the segment. So Tory and Ace. So what happens? We see Ace finally gets to connect with Tory, and which one of you want to take the lead on what happens?
Jeremy, you can go first on this one.
Okay. One thing I want to say was, Ace, I'm looking at you sideways, sis. It's real nice that you said all of that nice stuff and you got this calming tone of voice, but at the end of the day, you're full of it because you still could have told that man ahead of time that you wasn't gonna be there. For you not
I
to show up,
know, right?
completely leave him there by himself was just rude, terrible, and just disrespectful. And I'm tired of everybody on this show playing with Tory. Like leave Tory. Like Tory is a good man.
Yes, free Tory. He's a good man. That's my
Tory's
dude
a
right
good
there.
man. Like y'all gonna stop
Good
playing
man.
with him like that. But
Right.
but
Oh
I
my God.
appreciate, but in all actuality, I really like Ace and Dakia are my two favorites of the season. But I was really happy that Ace knew that she needed to honor herself more and know that it was nobody here who was gonna show her the type of commitment, show her the type of effort that she deserved. So she excused herself. Now I wish she would have just gotten eliminated and let the show continue. But I guess these chicks like to cheat, like to quit before they get fired. But
Yeah, I don't think anybody
like
on this show would like to be fired. So I think you're
but
right. Some of them do that self-elimination when they feel it's getting close, like the women. It was the women's week to be eliminated, right? So she took herself out. You're right.
but what I do love is Tori's understanding, Tori's gentleness when it came to it, the fact that he handled her like a gentleman, the
He
fact that he
did.
was just
He
I was
really
like, it
did.
was like, and then he admitted, he was saying, and this also kind of like references Miss Creative's latest comment. He admitted that he had all of his eggs in one basket, and he says, I'm sorry, it's kind of hurts when you see something that's so valuable, but you don't know what you have until it's gone. Like, I probably should have given her more effort, than I did. And I really respected him for saying that and really acknowledging that he spent 90% of the time on the show so far crying in the car over Sabrina. I'm really happy that he finally admitted that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
And the
He's
fact,
maturing in this process. I think, if I can just say, I think this process is going to make him a better person. Not that he wasn't a good person, but how can I say? It will give him some skills, some coping skills, and some dating skills. And I think that his love is out there. I really do. I feel
right.
that.
I
and,
But go
love
and,
ahead,
Tori, y'all. I ain't
Alex. You
gonna hold you.
and
Fight
it's
your mama,
clear.
don't fight me.
Yeah.
right, right. And Alex, you were going to say something too.
No, I was gonna say
We're gonna wrap up.
it's clear he was very attracted to her, that she looked very nice to him. He was like, she came here looking so good. And I'm gonna tell you, nothing kills an erection more than hearing a woman say, let's just be friends. That's just a killer. It murders us. Nobody wants to hear that when we're attracted and feeling you and you got us turned on, and all of a sudden you go, I just want to be your friend.
But
Oh
here's the
my,
thing:
I felt
don't no woman really care about your erection like that if she ain't your girl. Don't nobody care about your
listen,
erection.
listen. I
Maybe if you
care.
want a piggy cut, maybe.
I, I
What was
care
that
about my
person?
erection.
I couldn't hear all the applause I was getting for that comment.
I care about my erection. What in the world?
Well, like I said, you don't live it on the show, so we care even less about your erection.
I'm good.
Oh
But
lordy, lordy.
anyway, as we move forward to the close, so now the guys are in the they're in the gentleman's lounge, and they're talking, and I find this part very, very fascinating. A little thing in psychology and competitiveness. The men seem to take turns basically saying that they don't like, or they don't have a connection with the guy next to them, whoever their woman was. So what did you make of that, Jeremy?
This was to me, this was one of the most pettiest men's panels. Like
Exactly. Exactly.
besides the one, where like, Laverne got the stuff started. But
Yeah.
when it came, but like I was so shocked by Donovan. I was like, you got all of this stuff to say about, Carmen and her blue contacts. But I was like, where was I was like, where was all of this? Why wasn't she on the date? I was like, you had Tina in her witness protection wig, but you didn't get Carmen in the contacts for to meet your friend. Why was that? If she all of this and she's so real, she's so valuable, she's so purified, love in like in enveloped. I was like, you giving all of this attitude, but you don't. But like, why didn't you invite her? Unless they just didn't air it, of course. But I
Wait a
was
minute.
saying like,
Wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tell me again. Who are you saying? Why didn't who invite whom to what date? I'm
Donna,
lost.
you don't remember when I think it was Tory that said his least connection was Carmen, which ended up, triggering activating Donovan into full defense mode. Unlike, I was shocked. And then he started
Oh,
to speak
okay.
up
Gotcha.
on Carmen and how great of a woman she was and everything else. I was like, you don't even know who she really what's her eye color? You need that for identification issues. I was like, you can't even tell us that. You don't know this woman. Like,
Mm.
but like he was just so defensive over her. And I was like, if you felt all of this, why was Tina in her wig on the date with you and your friend, except but not Carmen in
Hmm.
her blue contacts?
Has,
You
has
know,
Donovan has
Hmm.
Donovan had a one-on-one with Carmen? I don't recall.
Yeah, he did. He
He
did.
did.
yeah.
He did.
Okay.
He
Hmm.
did.
Okay.
Remember? Do you remember the episode where it was like the field episode? He had dates with three different women, right?
Right there you go. Yeah. Right.
Okay, yeah,
Okay. I got
yeah,
you.
and she
I
was one
got
of
you.
them. She was one of
Yeah.
them, but he didn't particularly seem to like her.
Mm.
That's what I got out of that date. But knock yourself out if you saw something different. But I saw that because remember she came on to him. She was very sexually
Thirsty.
aggressive with him. She say again.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
say thirsty.
Thirsty. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw that too. Yeah, here,
Hmm.
Jeremy.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too. But yeah, I didn't see him really liking her. So I see what you're saying about that, about Donovan and Carmen. But who
Mm.
knows? But let's say this though. Who knows after they've had these dates? And sometimes let's be real. First dates for anybody can be awkward, let alone have six cameras on you. So maybe after they had these dates, who knows if they continue to talk, see each other again, and maybe something developed. I don't know. I don't
But I
know.
Right.
knew I knew there would be no elimination because Ace had checked out. I already seen that coming. I said Tommy's
Right.
not going to have anybody eliminated because Ace is gone and that's it. But
Mhm.
Right.
but also Tommy was like, listen, y'all, yeah, this self-eliminating, they probably change the rules next season
I think they
because
will because this is
yeah,
getting a little bit much.
this self-elimination is getting out of hand. So they probably gonna change the rules and say no one can self-eliminate. You have to be, voted off. You know.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Mhm.
I can see something like that happening.
Yeah.
And so what did you guys think? What did you guys make of the of the scenes for next week? We got next week coming up, and what did you guys make of that?
I already know how this is gonna go. Mark my words.
Well,
Sabrina,
okay, maybe not. I don't know. Do we need spoilers, or is it a real big
wait.
spoiler, or is it a
I
little bit
mean,
of
you like
a
my
little
like
a
my
little
my
tea?
prediction.
Is it a
Look,
little
my
hot
prediction
tea?
can't. I ain't got no spoiler or hot tea. These are just my thoughts. Like,
Oh, okay. Go ahead,
oh
Jeremy.
yeah.
Give us your thoughts
So
for
like,
next week.
I think that Sabrina is gonna end up getting caught up and end up, looking like a hoe. Because she's gonna be trying to spend all of this quality time with three different men in one house. At this point,
Right.
she is like the Bachelorette, and I feel that she's gonna try to try to siphon out the dudes now. So she's gonna try to find somebody to zone in on and then cut things off with them. And I feel that Tina, Tina is definitely not really feeling him like that. I'm talking about Donovan, and I feel like
Hmm.
Donovan is gonna try to go towards Carmen more. Carmen is definitely gonna turn her back on Paul, and then it's gonna be Carmen and Donovan, and Tory is still gonna be
Ooh.
looking at Sabrina probably sideways. And I feel that this
What
is
if
when,
Tory and Dakia got together, Jeremy? What if Tory and Dakia got together during
yeah, I
this
don't see that.
retreat?
I don't see that happening at all. I don't, cause
Okay. Okay.
because
I don't
from the
see it either.
yeah, she too worried about Clifton. Her and are and Joy and like now starting to compete with each other, which is why Joy probably doesn't like her. But
Right. Yeah, I do see that because we see the scene where Dakia looks in the bedroom that's Clifton's, and she sees two bags, and one of them is clearly a female bag because it's an AKA colors to it, right?
right.
And you
And
know
y'all,
what? It was clear when the Kia was going to eliminate Tory. That date they had for the elimination round is
Right.
clear. Is clear when he stayed that they had established a friendship. I don't see nothing
Mm.
romantic between them at
Oh,
all.
it was a friendship when
mhm.
she hugged her. Okay, guys, both of you, hang on for just 1 second again, okay?
Yeah, it was just a friendship to me. So he's being friend zoned quite often. So he might be the next guy to go.
Who?
Mm.
Who?
Well, now you know there
Nah.
is, and I gotta give credit where credit is due. Thanks to my mentor, Kamisha of Kamisha Reviews. You know, there's a rumor that it's possible that 3 people will be leaving next week. 3, not just one, but 3.
Well, they want to shorten this season, aren't they? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
but I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
and I guarantee you, it all stems from Sabrina and her little chicken head games.
No,
Like,
you did say the chicken head games. I'm coming over to the chat, guys. I'm coming over to the chat. Let me get my
I
control
know
together.
that's probably why. I know Tori gonna leave, Donovan probably gonna leave, and that's
Hmm.
just gonna force Sabrina to leave because she really don't want Demetrius.
Right. No, well,
Mm.
well, yeah. Yeah. She don't want him because she's not gonna play that submissive wife kind of role or whatever the case is, and that's what he wants. She's not gonna play that role. So yeah, I think she's gonna be gone. I really think Tori's gonna be gone. I don't think he has a connection with anybody there. He's being friend zoned too much. So he should
He ain't
probably
being.
just go.
I don't think he's being friend zoned. I just think that
His
it was
person
so
isn't
far.
there.
Yeah, and yeah, not only that, I really feel that he waited too long to try to start connecting with people after the whole Sabrina
Oh,
thing.
right, right.
Like it's
Because he
too
just
late,
put
and they're
all his
like,
eggs in one basket. Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, like outside that, I felt that he really could have had almost any lady besides Joy if he really had like looked into other
Yep.
avenues, but like he was really focused on Sabrina, and now Sabrina missed her blessing, child. I don't know what she was thinking.
Mr. What are you talking about? Oh, with
Like
Tori? Come on, Tori.
yes, Tori really could have been. I really think Tori is a good guy. I think Tori and her would have been good. But she
Mm,
Mm.
but she want to be hot in the pants and like so
I don't know if she got to be hot in the pants just because she's giving the process a chance, Jeremy. I don't know if I agree with you on that. But listen, in the chat, Kimberly is saying Sabrina and Demetrius will have a hot tub scene. So we got to stay tuned.
mm.
Guys, any more? We normally do a MVP of this week for males and females. Jeremy, do
Mm.
you wanna gather take a shot at the MVP this week, or was it all a wash for you?
I guess the MVP to me would be Joy.
And
Joy, like,
because
and Joy
because
came in. She had fun with her man. She ended up getting the better critiques in the date, and she didn't have
Mhm.
to wear no heels that hurt her feet.
Mm.
I gotta
Mm.
agree with you. That's a pretty good one right there. What about you? What about male? What about male MVP, Jeremy? While I have you,
And I'ma also give it to I'ma give
You
it
could
to
also give it
Clifton.
to Joy. No.
I'm not she do walk like a man, but like when it comes
Joy,
to the
he said
males,
that, not me.
I mean, but when it comes to the men, I feel that Clifton was the MVP of the episode.
Hmm.
Maybe a runner up
Oh.
would be Donovan, but I really feel that
No,
it
no, no.
was
Just one. But wait a minute. But stick with Clifton. What? Why did you feel Clifton was the MVP? Because I just thought of something. You may have a point, but what are your thoughts about it? Why do you feel like he's MVP?
because I felt that both of the women like still left feeling the same, if not even more feelings for him afterwards. I feel like
Ah.
yeah, like he's continuously building building the connection between him and the other women. I felt that on this episode, Donovan, like him and Tina crashed and burned. He was kind
Mhm.
of bothered. Sabrina just be saying anything to sound good. She gonna talk these guys in their ear every episode. So like it really didn't he really didn't win anything. He didn't come out, in a new position. He's still,
Right.
one
Right.
of one of Sabrina pieces. And then, Demetrius and Tory, they definitely didn't win this episode. And
Yeah. So you
and
like
then
you said
Paul
the
was Paul.
MVP. You give it to Joy for the ladies, and for gentlemen you give it to Clifton. I think that's interesting. I think that's a good choice. What about you, Alex?
I give it to Dakia and Paul, and I give it to Dakia because she had multiple, dating situations to meet people, and Joy didn't. Joy had that one situation to meet with Clifton's friend. Dakia had a couple of situations to meet with friends. But whatever Dakia does, she's gonna do it very regal. She's coming in classy. Okay, she's coming in
Mm-hmm.
at the top of her game. You're not going to
Mm-hmm.
take her out of character. Okay, you're not going to make her what you want her to be. She's going to be herself. She's very stable in her emotions. That's what I like
Mhm,
about the Kia. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
she don't get in these cat fights. Okay, she just anytime they want to start cat fighting, she sip her wine. Like y'all go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take a sip.
Mm-hmm. Very ladylike. Very, very much operating her feminine energy. I love that about her.
Right,
I love
and
that
and
about her. I
and the
find her to
reason
be
why
very classy.
right, and the reason why I say Paul is because uncharacteristically, he took a step to have a one-on-one with the kid, which he hadn't done, to try to get us to see more in depth with him.
Mm-hmm.
What he's like more on the inside and when he's being vulnerable. So for him to do that and something that we hadn't seen prior, I think I would give him the MVP this week over Clifton.
Okay. My thoughts really really briefly. I think that for MVP this week, I'm gonna give it to Dakia. And I'm going to give the MVP for the men to Paul. Surprisingly, and you guys have been following us and listening to our previous podcast on this. Paul. He's not been my favorite, but I'm starting to warm up to him like everybody else. He's growing on me like fungus. Okay, but I say Dakia, I say Dakia because first of all, with Dakia. I feel like she kept her form throughout the entire episode of this week. I feel like that she was gracious and kind, and she didn't react or respond to the ladies who kind of were maybe a little petty toward her, and that would be Carmen, and that would also be Joy. And I'm really surprised at Joy because in the beginning, Joy was like one of my favorites, and I still like her, but I just don't think that it's necessary for her to be petty toward Dakia. But I think that Dakia held her frame, and what I want to also say is that I suspect that Dakia was on the date, but Tina was supposed to be there also. And I think that Paul maybe really likes Tina, but because Tina is giving up, Tina was not there. I said Paul because Paul on the second date, when it was just he and Dakia, I think he did a good job of showing us his softer side because that's what I've been waiting for Paul to be vulnerable and show us his softer side. Guys, what do you think?
I think
Yeah,
Anybody
that's
else? Either I'm sorry. Either you guys see what I saw with Paul that he was being a little softer and maybe
that's
there's a
what I
different
just
side to
said.
him.
That's what I just said. I
Okay.
said he allowed us to see a
yeah.
different side
And
of him to
and
get
what
deeper.
Mhm.
Right. And
I
what about
agree.
you, Jeremy? You
I
yeah.
I agree.
Right.
Like, he definitely showed a more mature, softer side, in this episode. I mean, it was contrasting because his clothes were hard and wrinkled and unironed, but
Right.
it was good,
Is
that
that
he showed
is
a
that
different
what
side.
is that what Uncle Nephew Cousin Tommy was saying about the iron? Is that what he was alluding to? Because I was like,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
Having
was a
that
little
stuff
wrinkled
creased.
there.
Yeah, he was saying have that stuff creased, have it
Yeah,
right.
done.
having crease, had that military crease in it. Okay, right?
He was coming to the dates with them clothes just balled up on him. I was like, look, this
He
is
probably was out all night. Who knows? Who knows? But guys, we're gonna take our leave, and we plan to be back next Saturday. But if everybody can be here, we're gonna make it 6 o'clock because we know now we've got some other shows coming on, and we don't want to compete with those shows. We wanna you guys to enjoy everything that OWN has to offer on this. What do they call it? Something. What, Jeremy? What do they call it? The weekend? It's like the weekend of drama or something like that.
Mhm.
I don't know what they
Yeah.
call it. I have no
Oh,
idea.
okay. Well,
Well, listen, Aubrey,
Jer-
let them know, Aubrey,
oh
that
yeah,
sometime this week coming, we're gonna be
oh
covering
yeah.
this. We're gonna be covering this put a ring on it
Put a
episode.
ring on it. That's right. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you, Alex. Yes, we're gonna be Alex and I are gonna be coming back, and Jeremy, you're free to join us. We're gonna be covering Put a Ring on It, which just started up. So we're gonna be covering the latest episode of that, and we'll be continuing to cover it throughout the full season, right? So we want to thank you guys for being here. We want to thank those in the chat. You guys are awesome. We got like 17 people in the chat. This is awesome. 18 that have stuck with us and been with us pretty much throughout the whole entire podcast. We want to thank Jeremy for coming. Jeremy, you got any closing statements or words to say really briefly?
Yes. Look, I just got another invitation for another show review. I'm like, I'm lit. But I was like, nah, for real though.
Well, you are awesome. I've been stalking your podcast since you started a month or two, a couple months ago, and you're awesome. You should be all over the place. Do the collaborations. I collaborate with Kamisha, Janice, Hilton, and I'm going to be doing some more collaborations. So, and we're going to be doing some interviews here, Alex and I. So, yeah, absolutely, get out there, get your start. We're all trying to get monetized, guys. We need you. If you're listening, if you're in the chat, subscribe, like the video, okay? we can't
Yeah,
we cannot
click that
survive.
like button. Click that
Right,
like button. And take
click that
half a
like button.
second.
Right, half a second. You
And
guys don't understand the algorithms on YouTube. They're so important to just get those likes. It's like free 99, okay? Free 99. It's free. So just click the like button, guys. But we'll see you back here on next week. And with that, we're out.